Disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Right, because we keep on seeing messages, seeing people's chats talking about myself and Maria Moon. And I thought, right, let's clear up a few things. And this is just one of 4. And then I'll comment at the end of every single video. This one, I'll explain afterwards.
Any of you lot, I've been raped. I tell you what, I know what it's like too. Don't think my parents really got the blame for it. No, I don't know, but we're talking about real life, aren't we? Not YouTube little keyboard warriors that would not say it to your face.
Depending what the hurty words are.
Let's stop the tape there, please. So, I'll say it again, as I said on my previous live 2 mornings, 2 nights ago. I believe that what happened was abhorrent. I do sympathise, and I do. Even though I can't stand a pair of you, I will sympathise. And of someone's latest admission, Septic Peg, I'll even sympathise with her. But apparently it's the 3rd time of her saying it. I don't know if anyone else can recall her saying it. That's neither here or there, but that's their statement.
The predators are. I know how my daughter felt. I was a little older. Turn your attack on me, Bear, rather than my daughter. Turn your attack on my parents. They're both past. But turn your attack on them rather than keep bringing my daughter into it, if you dare.
And then what was the admission that Maria just casually come out with? Out of the blue. So, is it okay then for Maria to make, come out with something out of the blue? Because it's, her business? I sympathise with her. But some people are seeing it for what it really was. But that's their opinions. I myself, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself on that one. Because I can. So if that makes me a wimp, a chicken, whatever, Ron, to you or anyone else, so be it. But some things are probably best left unsaid.
So, Gypsydave, the first part, people, where you saw DT on it was recently where what Maria Moon turned around and said about her past history. And then you heard, after what she said, then you got Gypsydave questioning it. When do you question that? Ever question it? There's been quite a few females which have actually come forward and turned around and said that something's happened to them in their past. Are you going to question those people as well? Or because you have not seen it, well, you just heard it from the past that Maria Moon did address it. So, also, I'd like to say this, Gypsy, and that is that we can see what your mate Smiler turned around and said, and that was on your live after I did my live with Peter Pope, and he put in your chat, that's why I say to you, Gypsydave, and that is that maybe you should go and re-listen and read your chat, and then you'll find out what it's really going on. Anyway, he turns around and says, "Hey, Maria, I always bring the proof. You've never brought proof of anything you've claimed Now wind your neck in. Right. So what he said on his panel, is on his panel, Gypsydave. Remember where you all scoffed and what have you, with smileys, what he said. And he said, that's what I was going to bring. Well, that's not proof of anything. Now, so what is Smiler actually wanting proof for? That's what you need to ask yourself, Gypsy. What was he indicating to? Because when he wrote that, that was way before what Maria Moons turned around and said on my life recently. So you need to ask yourself, what was he referring to? And maybe, just maybe that's why we turned around and said, we know. And you turn around and made a statement of saying, oh, had him in that I had him in the back for 55 minutes, was it? That's why. Because I don't want scummy people on my panel. Simple as. You need to reflect, Gypsydave, and you need to start listening to your lives and reading what people are saying in your life. Because he is making a statement there with what I've got on the screen right now. You don't bring any proof of anything. Yeah, so what was he indicating to, Gypsydave? Anyway, I've got more to come. This is just one of 4. Thank you very much. Bye. Also need to add, before I go, and that is that, right, you had Brittle Betty, Tony and Belfast Boys say what they said. Now I condone it. They shouldn't say it. At the same thing though, maybe that could be seen as your karma because of you questioning somebody who said that they've been raped. Just maybe that's karma coming back and hitting you. I don't agree with it at the slightest, but it's a possibility now, isn't it? Why they reacted in that way.